Let's break down the XLOOKUP formula structure. The syntax looks like this. First, lookup value. This is the value you're searching for. It could be a name, an ID, or any data point you want to find in your dataset. Second, lookup array. This is where Excel will search for your lookup value. It's usually a single column or row that contains the values you're looking up. Third, return array. This is the range where Excel will pull the result from. Once it finds a match in the lookup array, it returns the corresponding value from this column or row. Next, if not found, it's an optional criterion. This allows you to define what should be displayed if no match is found. Instead of getting an error, you can show a custom message like not found. Then, match mode, an optional criterion. Here, you can specify how Excel should match the value. By default, it looks for an exact match, but you can also use approximate or wildcard matching. Finally, search mode, also an optional criterion. This lets you choose whether to search from top to bottom, which is default, or bottom to top, which is useful when looking for the most recent entry in a dataset. Our dataset has 3 columns: customer ID, customer name, and order date. We will use XLOOKUP to retrieve the customer name and order date by simply entering a customer ID. In the customer name field, type equal, then enter XLOOKUP and double-click on the function. For the lookup value, select the blank search ID field, then type a comma. For the lookup array, select the entire customer ID column, then type another comma. For the return array, select the customer name column, then type a comma. For that if not found argument, type "do not exist" within double quotation marks, followed by a comma. For the match mode, input 0, which stands for exact match, then type a comma. For the search mode, input 1, which searches from first to last, then close the bracket and press enter. Similarly, provide the XLOOKUP function for the order date also. Since no customer ID has been entered yet, the result displays "not exist" as expected. Now, enter a valid customer ID from the dataset, such as a V006. Immediately, the corresponding customer name and order date will appear automatically. Let's break down the if function structure. The syntax looks like this. First, logical test. This is the condition Excel checks. If the condition is true, one result is returned. If false, another result is returned. Like A2 is greater than 50 checks if the value in A2 is greater than 50. Value if true, this is the result when the condition is true. For example, if A2 is greater than 50, we might return pass. Value if false, this is the result if the condition is false. If A2 is not greater than 50, we might return fail. Our dataset has 3 columns: product ID, product name, and profit. Now we will create another column, PL status, which will determine whether the transaction resulted in a loss or a profit based on the values of profit column. Select a blank cell in the PL status column. Type equal, then enter IF and double-click on the function. For the logical test, select the profit value, type greater than 0, then type a comma. For value if true, type profit within double quotation marks, then type a comma. For value if false, type loss within double quotation marks. Close the bracket and press enter. Now, drag the formula down to fill the entire PL status column. By this, with the help of IF function, we've created a calculated field that instantly classifies transactions as profit or loss. Let's break down the round function structure. The syntax looks like this. Number, this is the value you want to round. It can be a direct number, a cell reference, or even a calculation. Num digits, this controls how many decimal places you want. If you put 0, it rounds to the nearest whole number. If you put a positive number, it rounds to that many decimal places. We have a price value containing different decimal places. Now, we will adjust the decimal places using the round function. Select a blank cell where you want the rounded value to appear. Type equal, then enter round and double-click on the function. For the number, select the price cell, then type a comma. For num digits, type 0 to round to the nearest whole number. Close the brackets and press enter. Now, let's apply the ROUNDDOWN function. Select the blank cell in the ROUNDDOWN column. Follow the same steps as before, but use ROUNDDOWN instead of round. Similarly, let's apply the ROUNDUP function. Select the blank cell in the ROUNDUP column. Repeat the same steps using ROUNDUP instead. Now, let's observe the differences. In the round function, since the first decimal digit is 3, which is less than 5, the number rounds down. The ROUNDDOWN function does the same, it always rounds down, ignoring the decimal value. However, in the ROUNDUP function, regardless of the decimal value, the number is rounded up. Now, let's modify the num digits value to 1 for all three functions. In the round function, since the second decimal digit is 7, which is greater than 5, the number rounds up. In the ROUNDDOWN function, it ignores the decimal value and simply rounds down. In the ROUNDUP function, it always rounds up, regardless of the decimal value. By using these functions, we can control how numbers are rounded in Excel with precision. Let's break down the TextJoin function structure. The syntax looks like this. First, the delimiter. This is what you want to place between the join text, like a comma, space, or even a special character. Second, ignore empty. This tells whether to ignore empty cells. If set to true, blank cells will be skipped. If false, Excel will include them. Third, text1, text2 and else. These are the text values or cell references you want to join together. We have 3 columns in our dataset: city, state, and country. Now, we will create an address column by combining these 3 values using the TextJoin function. Select a blank cell where you want the combined address to appear. Type equal, then enter TextJoin and double-click on the function. For the delimiter, type comma inside double quotation marks, then type another comma. For ignore empty, type true, then type a comma. For text1, select the city cell, then type a comma. For text2, select the state cell, again type a comma. For text3, select the country cell, then close the brackets and press enter. Now, we have successfully joined our text columns. However, we need a space after each comma for better formatting. Let's modify the function. In the delimiter section, insert a space after the comma. Now, the address is properly formatted with commas and spaces between the values. These powerful functions help simplify data analysis, making Excel more efficient and user-friendly. In the next video, we'll explore even more essential functions to enhance your Excel skills. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you don't miss out on our upcoming tutorials. Thank you for watching.